Hello everyone, welcome to Red Dragon Model Works. My grandson just laid down for his nap, so I thought I'd sneak away and do a quick review of a kit that I traded with Freddie. We did a little kit exchange there, and as usual, Freddie tries to get one over on you. I'll get you back, brother. I'll get you back. And also to show you a little update on my Tydirium shuttle. Stick around. About 2 weeks ago, excuse me, Freddie and I did a little swap, and he had something I wanted, I had something he wanted, so we exchanged a few things. I'm sure he'll be doing a review on the one he got, but I got this from Space Battle Cruiser Yamato. Now this one I believe is a 1/500th scale, seeing that I can't read Japanese. Let me take a look here. I believe it is. This kit is, for me, there are a few kits that are like my holy grail. This being one of them. And I'd like to get my hands on a 1/350th one. Then eventually I will. But for now, I got this one in my stash. So once I get all these group builds taken care of, I think I'm going to start working on this one. As soon as I get most of the... Jeez, I got the Battlestar Galactica group build I still have to finish. I got this Merkava tank that I started. Got to get that done. Oh, God, that old Tamiya kit is a dog, man. It is a dog. Stay away from it if you guys can. Well, I think I paid $14 for it, so it wasn't too bad. But if you can stay away from it... I have this Cobra gunship that I'm going to do a diorama for. I'm trying to find a technical vehicle, one of those Ming model ones, so I can explode it, and I got some figures that I'm going to use on it. But anyway, this one's going to be in the near future. Once it gets cold and you can barely spray, I want to do this one in Tamiya's paint. I don't want to do this in Vallejo. But I started doing some of the fitting on it. There she is right there. You know, just... Well, Freddie being Freddie, he's one of those that likes to take things off with the sprues. He washes them, sniffs this. He sniffed the styrene. I love that brother, man. I consider him a very close friend now. You know. But yeah, and he also threw in this little guy. You know, it's I'll show you. It's this little cat right here. I can't read Japanese, but he threw that in there. And there is another thing he threw in here. That's, I guess he said he came from a Happy Meal. And it's this guy right here. This is the Deathlock's Command Cruiser. It's also from the Star Blazer series. But yeah, this is pretty cool, man. It's a small kit, but it's great. It'll fit right on my desk here. As I said, Freddie being Freddie, you know, he'll take everything out and he washes everything, which is cool. It's got a little base, you know, here, and then there's a plate right there. It's adhesive, and that'll go right in here, you know. And there's a few things loose here, but from what I can see, everything's here. You have the guns, so it's pretty cool. There's some more guns, some pieces here and there. Superstructure. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty cool build. I can't wait to get to it. I'm dying to start it, but I really don't, because I got too many things floating around, and I really do need to get some of these off my bench. But I just wanted to show you guys that, man. You know, I'll be doing a video blog on this when I get ready to do it up. Like I said, I think I'll do this in Tamiya paints. You know, I really like the way the Tamiya paints lay down, for me at least. And then maybe next year I'll start transitioning over to some urethanes. I like the way they are. They fit better, or they lay down for me at least better. You don't have the clog issues you do with acrylics. But yeah, there she is. The Space Battleship, the Space Cruiser Yamato. And some boxes say Space Battleship Yamato, but it's the Space Cruiser Yamato. 1/700 scale. I'm sorry. This is a 1/700 scale. It says it right there. Can't wait to get this all done up. Weather her up a little bit. You know, I'm going to try to replicate that paint job. So that's going to take a lot of dot filtering, but it'll you know, to get that look right there. But I think she'll look really nice when she's done. So there's that. The other thing, you know, the other day, the Mad Modeler Clint, he was pulling what little hair he has left. Sorry about that, brother. But he was pulling his hair out over fit issues. Brother, you're like me. You know, we haven't been modeling long. I went back and I was looking at when I first put my first video up. I think it was in June. So I've been actually doing this since about June. May or June, I believe it was. So it's not been long for me either. I'm learning as I go, man. And I've come across a couple of kits that were really terrible. Some of them more so than others. I had some problems with that little Sopwith pup, but being 172, I ended up making some pieces for it, and there was a couple of things with some fit issues on a few other kits, but nothing enough to make me walk away from them. Enough where I sat them down and walked away from them. But as of yet, and I'm not saying it won't happen, but as of yet, I haven't come across one that I would just give up on. Came close, but didn't do it. I'm at that point right now with a kit where I have to sit it down or I know I will walk away from it. And I've got too much time invested in this kit to walk away from it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. My Tidarium shuttle. Now, I've invested a lot of time in this little guy. A lot of time scratch building all of this, up in here, scratch building that cockpit, you know, most of the greeblies all in there, adding greeblies to it, painting them. I've invested in here quite a few hours just in this to walk away from it. Tonight I'll be working on this so I can get this done. You know, I'm going to add the piping in here and all that, and some greeblies in it. But you haven't had fit issues until you ran across this. Now you see how it's all clamped up. I'm going to show you a little something, Clint. And this is not, I just want you to understand, brother, and I'm sure you do, that we all go through this. And I'm not a young man, but in my young modeling career, so to speak, my model making career, this model has already had me. Now, I made 2 mistakes when I did this. And I'm going to show you the mistake I made. And it's pretty glaring and it's pretty obvious. And I have another one of these, so I won't make that mistake again. And this is how we learn from these mistakes. First mistake was, these wings, you see those, the connectors? I was watching a video, I don't know what I was doing, and I glued these in to this wing first. Shouldn't have done that. I should have just put these in here, left these to be put on last. Okay, my bad. I was just too excited I put it together. My bad. So by doing that, I can't clamp this down as hard as I want to because the wing is in the way. These are glued down with Ambroid Pro Weld. So as you see here, you see that fit issue? Now I'm having to glue one piece, let it dry, another piece, let it dry, and then I'll come back later on tonight and then do the back end here because I don't have clamps big enough, which I'll pick up some later, but long enough and big enough to suck it all down. Same thing here. I'm going to, here I glued it, and here, but I wasn't able to get real good in there. And you see that right there? That gap? There's just, I don't know what it is, and I've sanded this inner down so much so I ended up breaking that off, but that's okay. It can be put back on. That's going to have to be use some epoxy sculpt in there. So once I get that epoxy sculpt in there, get it inside there, let that, take a Q-tip and a wet paintbrush and just smooth it all down, and then I'll go in and I'll sand it down. But my mistake was this here, gluing these onto these support struts before I close this up. I should have put the support struts in first, glued this down, and then put the wings in. My bad. I'll learn from it next time. I think that's probably where I'm having the problem at. But see, now that it's glued down, she's not going to go anywhere as long as I don't manhandle it. The other thing, and I want to show Cohen, you'll add on the bottom here, I added this because that's where it hooks to its base. I'm not going to put this on the base. This is going to be put on a diorama with the landing legs down. And I added a little vent system in this big part here. Now this is where that headlight goes, or that one light goes. On the next one I do, I'll take these and cut them out of this part here and put a light in the center. This is just going to be sitting like this, so you're really not going to see it. But I just wanted a little bit of something. If somebody looks out underneath it, they'll see that. Also this to cover that hole, where the thing goes in. I added that little thing right there. So that's where I'm at right now. Just wanted to show you, Cohen. It's a pain, but man, I'll tell you what, Cohen. Once this thing is built up, you're gonna love it, brother. You probably won't give it away. I know you're doing it for a friend, but I have another one here, and I'm picking up another one. So I wanna, because the next one I'm gonna do is gonna be lit up like this, but lit up. I want to see if I can find, or either scratch build a couple of little ATSTs to sit on the side for this one, and the next one also. And then the third one I'll build, I want to have it in flight. I found some smaller TIE fighters to put off on the side of it. Those Micro Machine TIE fighters. They might be too small, but we'll see. But I think when in flight, she's going to look really cool. Now, this one again, I'll probably end up gluing these wings up so she can't move. But then again, who knows? Who knows? But that's how she's going to look when she's sitting up. There's a little something here keeping it from turning. I don't know what. Oh, there's a piece of glue there. There it is. See? So, just wanted to show you. There's the fit issues, guys. That's going to take a lot of sanding before I put the putty in there. I'm going to sand those down. Smooth this top piece here down to here. If you remember one of my videos, I told you this was warped, and I put it in the water and I did all the issues, and you can still tell right on the corner here, that's where it was warped. Right there, you see it? You can see how it was pulled in here. I got most of the warpage out, but I couldn't get that to come down without cracking the styrene, so I'm going to have to fill that in right there with epoxy sculpt on the outside here and on the inside. So, this is not a response to anyone, just telling you, hey, Brother Clint, we all go through it, brother. We all go through it. So, but yeah, this is going to be one of my foreseeable projects. I'll have a review on it more in depth. This shouldn't take. It doesn't look like a lot of pieces, but I'm going to try to replicate that paint job. So, until then. Hey, Brother Cohen, you sound like you got a pretty bad cold, man. Take care of that, brother. Take care of that cold, man. And just like me, man, I was watching your video last night, and for about an hour, I didn't get anything done either, brother. So, just letting you know, hey, you're starting to look like me here, man. You sit at your bed for an hour and you don't get anything done. All right, brothers. Just wanted to show you that, man, that Yamato and this guy here. I'll have another update on this guy tonight. Show you what I'm doing with the sanding and the epoxy sculpt and how I'm going to smooth that down. Until then, man, it's Red Dragon saying you have a good day. Peace, brothers. Ciao.